supposed to be holding plants already when I start this. Cover ready, man. There we go. That's going to be the cover. Hey, everybody. It's me, Derek, the Chocolate Botanist. And I did mention you. We got 41 people in here. Let me find out. I did mention you in this live. Why did I mention you? Because we're gardening on today. Because the people say that Derek don't got a degree. That I went over to the universities and I said, hello, Sir Master University man. Do you mind giving me a little old degree, please? And the university is like, certainly. Dear Negro kid, we would love to give you one of those degrees. And they did just that. So I'm going to be planting stuff outside. And this is your time to ask me questions. Yeah. Already, Wade wins this live. The hottest botanist on live, the hottest botanist you'd have never did see. So I would wave at all of y'all, but there's so many of y'all in here. We're going to be doing planting. This is your chance to ask me questions. Be respectful. But ask me questions about plants, about science, about botany, about horticulture. You can ask me any of your budding science questions, okay, while I am here. There's no such thing as a stupid question except for the question you didn't ask. Because let me tell you a little secret. Whatever you don't ask, there's 84 people up here now. It was at 100. But now, the numbers are dropping. We dropping like flies. But, but y'all can ask your questions and ask them away. I do want y'all to know me and my birdie baby mama are going through a discrepancy right now. Because I walked outside. She decided to leave me with the children. As soon as I walked out, she flew off. I don't know why this is happening to me, but it is what it is and ain't what it ain't. So let's get started. I'm going to answer this one question, and then we're going to start with what I'm planting today. Okay, again, y'all can ask a bunch of questions, put them in the chat, put them in the question box, whatever. Somebody said, can I cover my whole lawn with a shade canopy? Crispy hot here in Florida. I don't see why you wouldn't. It would just probably impact your lawn. So you would need to make sure that this shade canopy, the amount of shade it's cutting out, the amount of light it's cutting out isn't going to negatively impact your lawn, because there's no point of trying to protect yourself and then your lawn looks like whodunit and why. So I would tell you to get up cooperative extension, your local cooperative extension office in Florida. Okay, every county in the United States has a cooperative extension office, and you can get information from them for generally free $99. Okay, what's the purpose of toxicodendron radicans in nature? Ooh, somebody's trying to see if I actually know my botanical, my binomial nomenclature. Let's see. Toxicodendron radicans. Isn't that poison ivy? So I think the birds eat the berries of that, right? And they grow, they're like a vining plant. So if you ever see those I call them mean looking vines. This is how people should know I'm a real botanist. This person ditched the itch, I don't know who this is, but if you was trying to ask me something to trip me up, you can't trip me. I've been clumsy my whole life. Anywho, that's what the purpose of that is. So I guess that answers your question. The birds eat the berries, right? They spread it around like they eat the berries of the mistletoes. So, yeah. Also, there's some people who eat the young leaves. I'm not telling you to do this, but there are some people who eat the young leaves, like the very first small leaves, because they say that it helps them have an immunity to poison ivy. But I wouldn't do that. Let's see. I have a wandering, we don't call that name anymore. We call it a wandering dude, purple queen, or an inch plant. Is a trade scantia species. And we don't call it that name because that name is racist. I know you didn't know, so I'm not calling you racist. The name is just prejudice, and we don't use that anymore. What's the ideal pot for them? This is my first successful time. I've grown them in any type of pot. I prefer to grow plants like that in a terracotta if I can. But trade scantia, the purple plants that we all know. Somebody's mama, your grandmama, your auntie probably had this long vining purple plant and a pothos in their house. So, I'm answering a lot more questions than I thought I was before I started planting. Have I noticed a change in plant growth and garden issues in the last couple of years? Mostly due to climate change. It's difficult to support farmers and say we support food systems and not believe in climate change, because when the climate is thrown off, the ecosystem is thrown off, pest pressures differ, and things go off. So I'm going to start planting, and then I'm going to come back to more of y'all's questions, okay? So keep asking questions. I'm going to answer every question on this live. If you're seeing this on the YouTube, type it, and I'll come back to it eventually, okay? So the two plants I have are this sad-looking Kentucky Kernel mint. I haven't watered it because Derek just didn't feel like it. And this is a beautiful mint. I think the people told me it's supposed to have like the highest amount of that menthol, that oil that we all love, or that phytochemical rather that we all love, and the mint oils is supposed to have the highest content of that. And then of course it's very superstitious, stevia. I'm going to call it stevia wonder. I'm really playing with y'all. I don't name plants because I think that's silly. So stevia, if you name plants and you're offended, I'm not sorry. Stevia, which is a sweetener, okay? And I'm going to be planting them pretty much somewhere in this general area. I got to make sure I can still get to them because I have a bird on the patio, and it's a small little thing. Y'all should have seen the reel I just posted up, but I still don't want to run into this thing and get on the bad side of it if I can avoid it. Okay, so I have these two plants. I'm in zone 7-8. I should have mentioned that at the top of this. 7-8, North Carolina. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm going to also water some plants because these plants behind me are looking really sad. So I'm going to water them as well. Okay, ask your questions away as I get started. Okay, the things I got out here are some pots that I have already used in the past. So they already have a soil media that I mix in them. Which makes me realize I was just on a podcast and I did not answer that question because they asked me what media mixes I use. I'm going to use this Dino Mico. I'm going to add that in. I typically would add a slow release to the pots, but I left that indoors. I'm not going to walk back inside, and I'm going to use a little bit of this soil moist, mainly because I've noticed as I'm working, and I was working nights, and last year summer here in North Carolina wasn't as wet as normal, my patio suffered because I had a lot more plants and I wasn't able to water them as much as I wanted to. So I'm trying this out this year. I've tried it in other places with some success. I'm going to try it with me, okay? Let's see. Y'all are asking all types of questions. There's all types of comments. So I'm going to go ahead and unpot this one. This is my Kentucky Kernel. I have a plant that is already in here and it's not looking too hot, so I'm just going to replace it with this, okay? So I'm going to bring y'all down to my level. Right now, we're looking eye to eye. This is the tallest some of you have ever been. Now I'm going to bring y'all back to reality. This is how most of you see me. This is how most of you see me. I'll be like, hey, y'all, I'm the chocolate botanist. And you'll be like, oh, my God, you're so tall. And I'm like, yeah, what are you, like 5'7"? I'm 6'2", or 6'3" on a good day. There we go. So I got these planters off a line a long time ago. I would tell you where I got them from, but they don't want to sponsor me, so I'm never going to mention their name. But I got these on the railing. These help me to save a lot of space, okay? I'm going to take this out, which is a berries and cream mint. I'm actually going to leave it in there because I feel like maybe it'll just take off. I got another one on the front side of this, and I'm going to put the Kentucky Kernel mint here and the stevia on the other side, okay? Hey, dear friend, just planted a couple of lilacs at the corner of the house. Will it have enough sun? I can't remember. I've never grown lilacs, so I don't know offhand how much sun they need. In addition to, you said a corner of a house. I don't know like what direction that's facing, if it's like eastern or western and how the shade feels. So I can't answer that question. I have an invasive species, but I'm afraid to use herbicide. Should I be as scared as I am? I mean, yes and no. Yes, because if you have an invasive species, but there's native species, and whoo, right in the face. Something flew at my face. We're okay. If you have an invasive species and a native species is in that general area, you do not want to disrupt the invasives if you don't have to. I'm just disrupting this root ball as I'm talking a little bit. I made this as dry as y'all's friend that y'all was telling me I was wrong for talking about. But what I would tell you to do, yes, Mr. Bowie, if you're still here, is to go to Cooperative Extension. That's for any of you. If you're dealing with invasive plants and you're like, I don't know what to do, and you're in the United States, Cooperative Extension, hey, I have this plant that's taking over, this bamboo, this kudzu, this English ivy, what should I do? And they'll tell you what's up. What level degree do you have, and how much do you know about master's or PhD in the field and job availability in botany? I have a bachelor's, and it seems like in today's time, because I've been applying to a lot of jobs, that you have to have a master's or a doctorate to get in the door. Unless you know somebody or they really take a chance on you. I don't know what's happened after COVID, court inhale, but these people don't want to be bothered with nobody with a bachelor's. I used to think I was some Top Gun stuff, and I have a lot of great experience, but they want somebody with a lot of experience and a lot of degrees. So my thing to you would be find your university, your land grant university, your university that specializes in somebody's botany or agriculture, and ask them, find an advisor in that field, in that class, that school, at university, and ask them what's up. Okay, so what's the most exciting plant I'm growing right now? It's this one. I got a bunch of mints out here, but I like Kentucky Kernel, and this is an orange. This is a mojito mint. I got an apple mint over here. On the other side is a berries and cream mint. I had orange mint, and I feel like I still have that out here somewhere because I feel like it overtook another one of my pots. I love growing mint. Oh my God, I love mint. Like, if I could work at a place where I was growing like 30 different varieties of mint, maybe 1,000, except for chocolate mint, I would be in it to win it. So I'm gonna bring y'all in a little closer so y'all can see what I see as I do what I do, okay? And we still gonna be answering questions. Hopefully y'all are here waiting, because we went from 100, that's the most, 140 odd, that's the most I've ever had on a live. It's amazing how people be like, I follow you, but I don't want to be on this live. So, ooh, I should wipe off this screen. And Ryan, I see your question. I'm going to come to you. There we go. There's a place I garden that has legal requirements for keeping shade canopies, so I'm down with it. They're plants that repel groundhogs. I want to start a garden, but these Jersey groundhogs are disrespectful. I've not had to work with them, so I've never looked that up. I know that you could get like vole block or mole block. I feel like that would help. Actually, groundhogs, yeah, they grow on the ground. Like, where are all these moths coming from? It's almost like this place is haunted. Vole block or mole block, you could get that, and that could definitely help. But I don't know, friend. I don't know. And this is sad because this never grew more than what I put it in here. I'm just going to move that to the side. Just going to move some soil out before I put this in. I'm going to break up this root ball. Break it up real good. Do you know how to deal with leaf miners? I see the damage but don't know where they came from. With leaf miners, I've never had good success of getting rid of them. I don't like to apply pesticides unless I really have to. I mean, pesticides, I don't mean just like BT, but like the heavy duty stuff, mainly because I'm a lazy gardener. Oh, she's back. Dirty baby mama just flew back in. Squirrels must be messing with my stuff because I don't remember this being in here. Fudge, y'all let me forget to put the mycorrhizal in here. Jeez, now we gotta take this back up. Y'all were supposed to be helping me remember. Y'all only had one job. We're gonna put a little bit in here. This is the brand I use. It was like the cheapest at the time. Mix some of this up. Bury this in. I want this to be kind of deep so when I water, the water isn't just like knocking all the dirt and rain lynching over. Here we go. And I need to put the label in here so I can remember what this is, which is Kentucky Kernel. Let's see. Do you know how to deal with leaf miners? I see the damage, but I don't know where they come from. Leaf miners just come, they end up mining into, like literally into your leaf. And they're demons. I've had them in daylilies before, but I haven't had them often. Who is the standpoint? If you got to figure out what area you live in, Danny Desero. So for those of you who are like, I want a nice perennial grass, you got
What
to
up,
figure out
man?
what area you're in. Hey, I'm trying to
I
I'm trying
can't
to
hear
get through
shit.
some
Let
of
me
these
grab a
questions.
chair. Give me
Grab
one
a
sec.
chair while I get through some of these questions. So Jesus, let's see. We're scrolling down. We are scrolling down because I added him and then it scrolled me all the way up. Ooh, y'all asked a lot of questions. Oh my God, this is more questions than I thought y'all asked. Oh my goodness. These are so many questions. I should have just kept up with the questions. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Leaf miners, we answered that one. Decorative grasses. The bamboo, I would have to see it and know what the situation was. I can't answer that one here. How are you, Ryan?
I can't hear shit.
You can't hear anything. Can y'all hear me?
I mean, I can kind of hear you. I just got to get real close.
Is there any way to get my peppermint to grow up rather than out? Somebody's asking about peppermint growing up rather than out, and you just have to kind of prune it to grow that way. But mine just trail. I think that just habit is just trailing. If you want a mint that grows up, you want more of a spearmint or a Kentucky kernel because they're more of an upright habit versus this mojito mint and peppermint
Mama
that's more spreading.
Mwah.
So let's see. So many questions, so little time. My birdie baby mama's back, about to put some more stuff in there. Oh, she ran away. She didn't want me to show y'all that she don't take care of her kids. So you can't hear me at all?
I think, everybody can hear you but me. I'm close to my phone.
Is your volume up? Do you got your volume all the way?
All the way.
Turn your volume all the way up. I got a low voice.
No, I got to clean my fucking speakers, man. This phone gets dirty.
See, you got up here trying to have a discussion and you didn't clean your speakers?
Yeah, I need to clip in some headphones. All right, I'm listening.
Okay. I was answering questions, but I'm going to have to come back to some of these questions because you also had a question. Let's see. I don't think I can put this up, but it's why I think cinnamon doesn't have mild antifungal properties. It's my lifeblood with these thickums. Talk to me about this cinnamon.
All right. I'll just show you but I've hacked up some codexes.
Those are beautiful.
Thing is hollow in the middle. I sharpened a spoon to carve this thing out. The only reason why she's still thick is because of the mild antifungal properties there with some cinnamon. Now, granted, I did use some Saigon cinnamon on this, but I'm telling you, when it comes to antifungal properties, this is as good or better than rooting hormone. Rooting hormone's not producing shit. It's about anti-rot at that point. And this thing is sitting pretty. I got another one. Sorry, I'm not uprooting that one, but here's one I just treated. Every single cut gets treated with cinnamon because I don't want rot to show up in this plant. Now, maybe it's some ooey shit. I absolutely agree with you, but it happens to work with these plants, and mine look remarkably different than most. Like the dust coming, this is all Christmas.
That's all cinnamon. Wow. So then I think, so my thing is and there's a bunch of birds trying to surround me and gang me up right now because my birdie baby mama's mad that I'm out. Okay.
You know I'm not one of them at all, but I will disagree with you when I disagree with you.
I know you and me are tight like two toes in a sock. But my thing is
Derek's the fucking man. If you don't listen to this guy, 4 years ago, the chocolate botanist was a whole. You're still a whole ass botanist. This is the person who speaks truth to people. Like y'all keep shitting on him. The DEI bullshit. What the fuck is happening lately, bud?
Look, I was just talking to somebody about that on the podcast because she was, how would they be like that? And as I told them, I'll tell you all, being a black educated person means that people get upset. They get irate because I speak.
They called you a racist.
Oh, yeah.
They called you a fucking racist.
They called me a racist. And I'm like, I can't be racist. I cannot oppress anybody as far as race is concerned. Now, gender, like sex, that's another thing. I'm a man. I can do that. But I don't have the ability to be like, let me make some laws that really go against the white people. I can't the whole country.
Just so y'all know, we've been close for a long fucking time, and I listen to every goddamn thing this guy says.
And I listen
for a reason, because he knows his shit. And you know, fucking around.
You know that I know because you're a grower. But when it comes to this, it's like people just see me on the internet and they think I'm just somebody on the internet versus being an actual legitimate like scientist. Like I do the work.
You had to show your own fucking degree. What the fuck?
And this isn't the first time. I've shown my degree multiple times because so many be like, you just talking. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I show it to them and they never say, my bad, bro. I was
Hey, you
I
want to see?
was
You want
low.
to see my degree? You want to see my degree?
Yeah, show it to me.
Walk off.
Oh,
Here,
I'll walk
here's
right
my
there.
degree. Come and do something like this. Come
I'll
and
walk right
do
that way.
something like this. I
I'm
got
going to skip over
postdoctoral plant biology researchers who can't grow a goddamn plant. They're my best friends.
not best friends. We are here. And somebody bought a badge. Thank you, Zora, for buying a badge. I am, you know, y'all can do that if y'all want to. Somebody up here earlier, I don't know if you saw the person that was asking me about poison ivy and its significance. And I'm like, they used the binomial nomenclature, so they thought they were going to get me. And I'm like, oh, you don't know that I really know. Granted, I don't know the Latin name, the specific epithet for every single plant in the world. I know poison ivy. Come on now. How stupid can you be? That's what my grandma used to tell.
It's not possible. We have set. I mean, I have my own little lane that I like to enjoy, but like I can't explain to you what's on my annuals patio at the nursery. I can't tell you. I mean, my yard, I'll tell you everything, but where I work, fuck no. I'll tell you every landscape plant that's used commonly from Ohio to Florida. But yeah, I mean the rest, and trees, no, fuck no. That's a whole nother fucking level. That's a different fucking space. Excuse my
Ooh.
language, but it's the truth. We can't know everything. There's limited space, especially if you're trying to pull up some eidetic memory, photographic stuff. Like I've got it there for a few things, but not everything.
Or
It's
a
not
few.
possible. There's limited
Well, some
space.
things, it's like the words have meaning. So I'm like, okay, toxio, toxic, poison, and then radical. I'm like, okay, boom. I vaguely remember that one. I don't think that was poison sumac because I feel like poison sumac is a different one. It's like sumac, da 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 da. But I was like, okay, it's a poison species. Bingo bongo. Like sunflowers, I remember because I'm like helianthus, Healy sunflower anthus, helianthus, and then one of the ones I love is tuberosa, swine. It's the called Jerusalem artichokes. That's the common name. So when you go and get them in the store, the Jerusalem artichokes, those are actually a sunflower that are native to North Carolina, like me. And I remember them because it's literally sunflower that's tuberous sunflower, Helianthus tuberosa. But that took like a lot of names that I forgot to be able to keep that one in check.
So I keep tucking this phone closer and closer. My speakers have no volume right now.
See, this ain't gonna work if you don't speak. You see, the racists don't want your speakers to have volume because they don't want your voice.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying. I can barely hear anything.
And I'm speaking as loud as I can without hurting my voice because I'm telling y'all, it don't sound like I'm speaking loud, but I feel like I'm yelling.
Let me back out and let you do your show, man. I appreciate you having me in here for
How
a
about
minute.
this? Hit me
Let's.
up. I'm going to speak closer. You hit me up so we can do a live after you clean off your phone one day.
Yeah, let's do something here. I would love to discuss this at a different level. I mean, there's levels to this shit, and you're talking to this guy above me right here is levels above what the fuck you guys think you know. Like it's the truth. I'm just a grower. I'm just messing around. This dude, I mean, come on. There, I don't even have to talk. We'll finish this on another day. Derek, I love you. Your shit's fucking fire always. Yeah, I'm gonna pop out and watch here for a little bit. I'll be in the comments for sure, but let's set something up, bud, soon.
I'm serious. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of questions y'all had. I'm planting for those of you who are wondering what's going on. Some of you are like, you're lost. What happened? I posted this video of M.I. Gardner saying that that the hairs on the tomatoes, hey, cola, that the hairs of the tomatoes are the precursor to roots on a tomato. And I was like, no, they're trichomes. It's a hair, like it's not a root. And so many people were pissy at me. And then the racists came and said I was a DEI botanist. And then I was told that black people ruin everything and I should just hush. And what do I even have a degree in anyway? Do I even have a degree? What is my degree in? And the people was mad at me. And I had to show, didn't have to, I chose to show and stunt on people and show, let me show you my degree and my LinkedIn. And it's amazing because as loud as those people were, they are never that loud to say, I was wrong. I really stuck my foot in my mouth. And when people are sticking their feet in their mouth like that, they should start an OnlyFans page because some people like that. Let's go ahead and go back up to these questions. I'm about to plant this stevia and I'm going to water my plants. and then I'm gonna do some stuff inside. I was gonna do a live and show y'all the plants that I'm gonna repot, but I'm probably just gonna record that and do it later because now I'm hungry, so we're not gonna keep going. So y'all had questions. I'm gonna answer a couple of these. If I didn't answer your question, I'm so sorry. I told you I would. I lied to a lot of y'all. I said I'm gonna answer all y'all's questions, and then y'all had 50 million questions. Am I adding? I don't know if he's adding cinnamon straight to the cut, but he might be. I've seen some people do it that way. Ryan, the people was asking about your cinnamon if you're adding it straight to the cut. Let's go back up. How do I keep my indeterminate tomato plants under control? You don't. You don't. You just grow them forever. You can like try to top the top of it and hope that it grows out. I've seen these trellis where it's like a bunch of pipes together, like pipe, 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 and then there's like string, 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 and that way you can kind of weave it. I feel like somebody was saying that in the comments. Let's just go. Oh, somebody is asking when do they repot something? I scrolled right away from it. When do you repot kangaroo paw fern? Never grown it, but I'm assuming that's if it likes to be root bound or not. Somebody else has asked about this aquarium substrate. I've never used that. So I'm gonna go all the way down. I'm gonna go all the way down. Oh my goodness. When to get the stevia up? My first year planting. What do you mean when to get it up or when to get it out? Let me see. My hands got a degree in distribution. Yes. I got a degree in tomfoolery and trolling people on the internet. I got a super double doctorate in that. So somebody was asking about this stevia. Stevia is a beautiful plant because you can use it as a sweetener. So some sweeteners may be derived from sugarcane or sorghum or sugar beets, but you can also use stevia. There's another one, agave. I cannot stand the taste of agave, and there's always obviously honey. But I'm growing this because I like to add it in my tea mixes. That way I can use a little less honey, save a little money, wink, wink, and go from there. This is your chance to ask questions. I'm going to answer as most as I can and go from there. Somebody said they want to hear my hot take. What plant should you never plant? If you can avoid it, don't plant mint directly in your beds. I know some of you will do that. But I would say what plant to never plant. I don't like chocolate mint because I don't like the taste of chocolate and mint. English ivy. English ivy is so overdone. Everybody wants to do English ivy, and I can't show y'all me planting this. I'm going to be planting over the ledge. Somebody's trying to join me in this live. Who is this? Emil. If I accept this, Emil, I hope you don't cut up. English ivy, never plant that. I accepted it, and it didn't accept.
About that,
How are you?
going to be responsible if our dogs will.
Why do people do this? Am I scary? Do I got the ugly? Can he sense my breath through the screen? Why would you leave me? My father left me, and I have abandonment issues, and now you leave. I don't even want to do this no more. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live now because I've been abandoned yet again. Anywho, we're going to keep going. English ivy, I really hate it because a lot of people just grow it and it spreads. And I think the other one is Nandina, which are some of these bushes that have the beautiful, like kind of lime green foliage and the the red berries, and the berries I think are poisonous to wildlife. So just don't grow anything that can negatively impact nature outside of just it being invasive and not native. It might be an accident. You're beautiful. Thank you for saying I'm beautiful. Wisteria bellflower. Charlita's in here. Ayo. Let me see. Oh, God, I got another request. Gardening with peace. We're going to accept you. Now, gardening with peace. If you join up here and you immediately leave, I'm saying accept right now. I was about to say, if you...
What's good, bro?
Pictures that man did, I'm cutting all this off. I'm deleting Instagram. I'm leaving because I can't take abandonment. How are you today?
What's good, bro? Definitely good finally meet you, man. You know, we done crossed paths a few times.
Yeah.
I was asking, so I was the person asking about the stevia. Can I turn this around?
You sure can. There's should be a button where it's like the mic in it. There you go.
So yeah, I was saying like, this is my first year planting it, so I didn't know when it was time for me to like get it up. I mean, so prune it.
Prune
use it.
it. So like, are you pruning for shape or just like trying to prune to like use it?
To use it.
So I literally use it at any time, and it looks like yours is big and beautiful. So I would start using that at any time. The one thing I would say is just, this isn't like botanical grow, but this is like usage aside. I will tell people, like, take a leaf. Like, my hands are dirty, but the Bible says God made dirt and dirt don't hurt. Did you freeze? Are you still here? Can y'all still see me? Can y'all still see him? Oh, God. See, chances are he walked outside, and he walked right outside of the area of his Wi-Fi. If y'all can see me, please comment. Just me. And I don't know how to kick him out.
Okay, I'm back.
Back.
Yeah.
So I get a leaf, and I harvest it, and I taste it. And to see, like, how sweet
Hold on.
it.
I'll do that right now on the live.
Yeah, you can do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Sure. Now, see, he's really trusting me to do this because most black people ain't gonna do this.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Most of us Negroes.
Oh, wow.
Crazy. So it's sweeter than you would imagine it is. And especially if you're doing like a tea, you can sometimes use like a couple of leaves to get the effect of honey and sugar. Like, it's not as sweet as honey or sugar, but it's a subtle sweetness, but still powerful. So I would say start harvesting that today. Like this one, I got this side.
Like, I didn't even think what you just said, because I have eaten like cilantro from out of here, rosemary, basil. Like I've tasted a bunch of stuff that's out of God. I didn't even think like taste it and see if it's ready, but it's ready. I actually want to eat another one.
You can do it as yours. And see, the thing about tasting it is that tells you like how much do I need. That's because it's going to be sweet forever. But how much do I need? So I can know.
And
Okay,
that was a small little leaf.
Exactly. So now you know. Okay, if I'm just doing a cup of tea real quick, I can do like maybe 2 or 3 leaves, put them in there, take the branch, boom, boom, I'm good.
No, that's legit. No, I appreciate that, man. For sure.
Look at us helping people.
Nah, for sure.
Growing. Show the people your yard. Tell them what you do.
So, so what's up, y'all? I'm Gardening with Peace. Y'all can follow my Instagram page. So I'm a gardener here in 8A, which just changed, which somebody in the comments, I didn't even know, it changed. I think they said based on the nighttime or something they said. But I'm in 8A, which is in Atlanta. We was 7B, or where I was at was 7B. They changed to 8A. I've been growing for about 2 or 3 years. Let me show y'all. So over here, got some herbs, some mint, some rosemary, some dill, some tomatoes. Over here, doing a whole nother job where I got to redo everything pretty much. Over there, got another raised beds over here. Got my rose bush right here, does pretty good. Then I got peppers. So I'm plant-based as well. So what we grow out here, exactly what he just told me to do, is literally what we do on a daily basis. We pull everything out and we take it inside the crib. So we got peppers, jalapeno, jalapeno peppers, spicy bell peppers, big Bertha peppers. I typically do strawberries, but we didn't do strawberries this year. And cucumbers. My cucumbers did not do anything this year as well. So those is gone. But I learned a lot from this, like I said, from this brother page here, because he knows the science part, which that's something that I want to do. We actually got a program here called Habisha, where you can go and actually learn that aspect of the gardening, so you can actually know the science parts of it. So I learned a lot from this brother page. Y'all, again, follow my page too. It's at Gardening with Peace everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok. But no, I appreciate that. And then one more time for anybody who just came in or who didn't see, we're pulling it straight out the garden, the stevia. My bro said go ahead and eat it. I trusted him, so I said, let me see.
And you were like, what? Because see, if you are growing and it's delicious, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about stuff is, and this is earlier, I was like, I don't like to use a lot of pesticides. I may walk out at any moment, especially if I'm growing tomatoes. and just eat a tomato. And I don't want to have to be like, oh my God, am I going to be sick later? Like, I don't want to have to think about if I can avoid it. If there's a bunch of stuff going on and I have to, then I set calendar reminders. But outside of that, I just want to eat my stuff.
Yeah, so I use neem oil. Neem oil and water is what I use pretty much for the most part. I did have to use pesticides on spider mites. Got on my my rose bush one year, and it was, man.
Oh yeah,
they come by the millions.
Spider mites, Asian beetles, they are tough. And there's some rough stuff I do use out here, but it is dope. Somebody asked, do you have to rotate? Oh, that's probably for me. But let's ask, do you rotate your peppers every year? Because you grow peppers, right?
Rotate? No, I do not. Well, what do they mean by rotate properly? I don't know what that means.
It's okay. So we are moving them. So if you grow them in this bed this year, you grow them in another bed next year, in a different bed the year after. Are you doing that?
So I do not. And I think you mentioned this earlier. Well, what I did learn, because I was putting the mint in the same bed to keep the pest away, but the mint takes over. So that's something I learned. But no, I don't rotate the peppers.
Now I don't do a lot of rotations because I'm on a patio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have tried to like mix up soils and try to do it that way. Sometimes they say to rotate things, so that way, like, just growing in one area forever, and then like a disease pressure builds up or pest pressure builds up or something, and then it's just all problematic, right? But I usually add a lot of other inputs in, nutrients back into my soils, so I haven't had any problems. And I like to, again, do kind of a wild thing. So, yeah. And people are saying things to use for like pesticides and herbicides. I always tell people, read the packaging and like look up academic resources to find out like what actually treats the species you're talking about. So that way you can make sure you're using like the right things. Because some people will use stuff that don't even hurt them bugs. Them bugs are just like, this was nice, human. What you do that for? So,
yeah.
I want y'all to make sure you follow him, and you can do so by, if you tap at the top of this live, the little arrow where I said mentioned you, you could see Gardening with Peace. It'll tell you follow. You go ahead and follow him here. If you're like, my phone don't show me that, just screenshot it and make sure you're following him, because we need to be able to showcase Black folks who are doing the things that he's doing, which is growing beautiful plants. And since me and him are in the same zone, it's almost like you should just follow both of us anyway.
No.
So do
for sure.
So simple. So simple.
I appreciate you, man.
Look, keep in touch, please.
No, for sure, man. All right, y'all.
Y'all have a good one. These comments.
How do I leave?
Ooh,
okay, there I go.
It's something. I was gonna say.
I see it.
Let's see. We got a lot of questions. Amend grow bags. Beans are a good way to rotate and put nutrients back in. Kennedy is a phenomenal scientist, and I know I was just talking about supporting Black people, but we should also support women, especially women who is a good white woman. And she is a good white woman because she has supported some good stuff. I'm not going to go into our business, our conversation that we had, because that's my business. But where did I put that shovel at? Oh, it's over the edge. But good white woman, you should support her. And she is. You're not in. You're not gone yet, are you, Kennedy? Go to her page. She has a fundraiser because she's doing some stuff in Belize, and that's beautiful knowledge. We need to be able to save the indigenous knowledge of these indigenous peoples and know about these indigenous plants. And it's people like her that's going and doing that work. So please follow her. Da-na-na-na. And somebody talked about academic issues for having access to the papers. Sci-Hub is beautiful. Sometimes I'll literally just scroll through the university's websites until I can get a synopsis of what's going on. We got different zones here. I'm in zone 8, Black veteran grower in zone 8B. We love that. Thrip, spinosad. I filed on the 8th. Okay. Do any essential oils help out with aphids? I don't believe so. I mean, I feel like there are some pesticides I've seen that are essential oil based, but I feel like it's the concentration and the other components that help to like shoo the things away. Like I have a bug spray inside. It's like peppermint oil, rosemary oil, like clove and cinnamon. But I feel like it's something in addition to all those oils that helps to like kill the roaches. And it definitely kills roaches. Also check out Homegrown TV show. Homegrown. That's the TV. Isn't that on Netflix? I need to watch that. I am so behind. Let's see. I'm in zone 8. Desert climate, high elevation. I'm in zone, since we're saying our zones, I'm in zone 8 also. Regular elevation. I don't know what my elevation is. And what else was I going to say? Regular elevation used to be zone B. HBO. So if anybody got the HBO codes, y'all go ahead and share that. Everybody watch it. Everybody watch the homegrown, because I feel like our people will up that. So I'm about to plant this stevia. I feel like there could be a way I could try to show y'all over the ledge without the camera falling over. Back in the day when I used to do a lot of lives, I used to drop my phones over the edge of the ledge all the time. So I'm going to lean this right here, and I'm trying to lock this in place so y'all can see. So these are the two planters on the outside. There was a third one, but it fell pretty much, so I took it and never put it back up. So this is my berries and cream mint with the other random things growing in here. Some grasses, some other random wildflowers, and then this is going to be where I put the stevia. And because these are in the sun all day, right, I am going to, again, amend them with this soil moist. And I've said before, like, you should like measure this out perfectly so you don't add too much, because there is such thing as too much for your container. That almost looks like too much, but we're just going to pray that this doesn't bite me in the behind later. I'm also going to add my Dino Myco, which is my mycorrhiza. I'm using this because it can help the roots better absorb nutrition. Okay, I know people seen a recent reel of mine and thought I'm saying that mushrooms just aren't necessary at all. Sometimes I get sick of that on the social media. I'm going to just go on a tangent real quick. Sometimes I get tired of the people being like, well, actually, and I'm like, but I never said that. I never said that. I never said this thing that you're recanting. So you said Mycos. I used to use Mycos, Mr. Penguin Farms. I got to learn your real name. But the Mycos wasn't as cheap as this, which could be. And I feel like this had a better population, something or other. But, and I still had too much soil in here because I need to be able to bury this. Trying to bury this while also not knocking this camera over is a struggle. I want y'all to know how much I love y'all by doing this. And now I'm gonna have to water all of these in. I'm trying to make sure that's like actually heavily in there. And with these planters, because they're at an angle, I don't want to put too much soil in here. Oh, I almost knocked my shovel over. That would have been depressing. I also really gotta love y'all because I typically like planting while listening to like R&B and trap music and gospel. And I can't do that when I'm on live because I gotta be on the live. Let's see. Any other questions y'all got? I know I said I'd answer all questions earlier. We went from 100 to 14 people. I should start doing contests. I think that's what I'm gonna do soon. For you last 14 people that are here, I'm gonna start doing a contest. If you make it to the end of my live, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna ask a question, and the first person who answers it, I'm gonna send them $5 on a Cash App. I think that's what I'm gonna start doing. And it's gonna be like the actual live. You'd have to actually see it and happen. So I'm gonna water these plants. You got this nozzle situation off of the Amazon. Basically, I use these 5-gallon like jugs, like you usually get like a bunch of water on, and I was just emptying them out manually, and that was taking a while. And then I had like a little pump, but that pump would do like 1 gallon in 5 minutes versus this doing the 2 gallons in a minute. So I'm going to use this. Could watch you plant all day until my battery dies. Oh, so you're never going to watch me now. Picking this up one-handed was a bad idea. There we go. So I'm going to water this in. It's going to be a little bit of a grinding noise, but We're gonna water this. Actually, this isn't as loud as I remembered it being. And this is just straight up water. I didn't mix any fertilizer in this time. Today is your birthday? Happy birthday. So watered. Y'all see how quick that was? This also saves me on like saving a lot more water than I was using. Trees have the ability to hijack. Oh, fudge, I forgot about this mint. I need to just take this inside and propagate it because that didn't grow as much as I wanted it to. So now I'm going to water the rest of these plants. I need to turn this back around. Boop. Let's see. Trees have the ability to hijack fungal networks and nutrients to the offspring. They really do. Like the amount of ways that fungi can truly benefit the world is just outstanding to me. There we go. You're watered. There we go. Turn this around so y'all can see me watering. Okay. And for those of you who are like, he said he's going to give away money on Cash App. I didn't say today. I said soon. I might start at the next live I do because I feel like the next live of mine that I do. Actually, you know what? I might do that for my birthday month. That's next month, July. I need to prune this too. This mullein. So there we go. We watered that. We're going to water this. And those of you who are like, let me see this. This is what I use. I got these from the dump because I'm a hoarder. I'm a dirty hoarder. So pick them from the dump. 5 of these. And I just fill them up with water and any nutrients. And that way I can quickly do stuff. For those of you who actually grow, I got a dosatron in my house. And I'm trying to figure out how to like cherry connect a couple of these together to make like 20 gallons of a solution that I could have at any given time. And then use my dosatron without having a water hose. Actually, Ryan, I should talk to you about that because I have some ideas. We got the same birthday month. We better have the same birthday month. Let's see. Remember when this article, the Wood Wide Web. I'm not. What I'm not going to do is this with you. Wood Wide Web is insane, and this is my type of talk. Also, while I'm ordering, if y'all want to see my ginger, type Gilligan. If you want to see my stuff, type Gilligan. I should probably scroll back down so I can see when y'all type. Happy birthday to you. Just finished watering your garden. You did? What you got in your garden? Cuts by Tom. So let's see. I'm gonna move this out of the way so I can water the other things over here. And now I can water pretty much all of these. I used to use like 50 gallons of water to water everything, and now I can get everything done in like 10, 15. Instead of 50, it's 10-0 or 50. Instead of like 10, not many zero. Because I've already watered like this side of the patio. I just have to water a couple other small things over here, which will be the other. Show the ginger. Let's see. Heading home to go water mine. You better be. We've known each other for a few years. You, Ryan, you better be supporting me. You got to trim today. I need to see your grow. And I want to see if you're growing in one of those fancy tents I've seen, or if you're growing in like something. I need to see your me and you need to do a Zoom one day, Mr. Penguin Farms. Let's see. So somebody did say they wanted to see the ginger. So this is my baby. I started this ginger from ginger I bought from potentially Perkins Farms in Durham. And this is it. It's in a little bucket. I drilled some holes in it. It's some soil mix. I don't remember what I did and put in there. I don't remember. But it's growing and it looks gorgeous. I know stuff is on your page, but I like to actually look and be able to ask questions. That's the type of plant scientist I am. So this is my ginger, and this is the rest of my patio. I know the people be like, your stuff looks messy, but this is real. You go to any like legitimate plant person, if they're a plant scientist, their stuff looks insane. If they're a horticulturist, it's usually beautiful. But I've seen one horticulturist, I'm not going to call no names, and it was rough in there. It was rough in there. Perkins Farm in Durham, yes. I go there. I actually just went there today. I go there every so often. If you are in Durham and you go to Perkins, you'll most likely see me. And also water my tomatoes. My tomatoes had a nutrient thing, and they've been drying out here. I've been trying to keep them wet. So I can plant them down perfectly tomorrow. Because I lost the purple tomato I had. I have another one here, but that one's trying to go too. And I'm like, what did I do? Like my touches are usually this bad with tomatoes. I swear I know how to grow tomatoes. You live in Durham. I live in Durham. Coping soulfully. I live in Durham. Hit me up after this. Truth and only truth. He's not here to play around. Good Jim, real thanks. I'm always trying to light somebody up. Oh, this is you, Ryan Steele. Let me tell y'all something. Ryan done told me y'all gonna keep effing around and get to the corner of F around and find out Boulevard is. Okay? And he gonna show y'all a trick. And he ain't no Houdini. That's what the Ryan done told me to do. And I told him, don't do it. Don't go in. Don't go ham. But he just may do it. So somebody said they were thinking of starting ginger. Hey, Bull City Homebrew, I need to visit y'all. They are a local place here. You can get a lot of brew supplies. I got some stuff off of Amazon recently, because I wanted something like sent to the house. And I'm sure y'all do that, but I was like late at night, I was already looking. But I need to come and talk to y'all, because y'all know, I told somebody a while back at your location, I make sodas and stuff. And there may be some people who want to brew but don't drink. And that's a market for y'all. The ginger does look gorgeous. I've been thinking about starting ginger, but I've been intimidated. Why are you intimidated? Why does the ginger have you scared? The ginger isn't going to shake you and be like, hey, human, you better grow me and grow me good. It's not going to pick you up like this. If you don't grow me, human, I'm going to take your family. The ginger isn't going to do that. That's a good way to do that effect. I'm going to have to keep that in mind for later projects I have. But the ginger isn't going to do that. Instead, hey, Nada Butter, Renata. Hey. I grew ginger last year. It died. Some of it did outdoors. I brought it inside. It kind of came up and then died again. And I was like, well, God, if it comes back a third time and it's you, and in 3 days, hallelujah. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it came back. So, I was trying to keep my heart in me. There we go. So those of you who are in, I'm just watering plants at this point. Where's the handle? There we go. Wow. I should really lift with the knees and not the back. So this thing really makes me excited here, because I wish this went down like another 3 inches, but I just got this on and I'm watering, and I'm able to water my plants quickly. Like, y'all see how quickly this is draining? And this is saving me so much water than what I used to use, and so much time. Because granted, I still got to fill these up, which can take a little time. There's still 5-gallon. The buckets I was using previously, for those of you who remember, were 5-gallon buckets. But I save so much water because I can really dole it out versus just pouring buckets and hoping it works out. And I really was like, physics, I could cut this off. There's suction going on. Oh, it's not going to show y'all this time. Probably because I had it down. I'm growing in a very ghetto setup, in my opinion. Some knockoff LEDs and a 4x4 tent. The first ungrown, but it's a veg state nursery. I see. Well, me and you need to talk. because I just recently got some LEDs, and I have a couple of friends who have definitely been growers. Um, let's see. I need some better fans soon. I need to get some small fans for my setups. Also, while y'all are here, I have a thing I do where I have little greenhouses in my house, and I show them to y'all sometimes, but I don't think y'all realize what I really be doing because nobody seems as excited as they should be, in my opinion. Whoops! I'm sorry that you fell over like that. My goodness. I might need a third one today. Let's put this over here. Water, water, water. There's so much water here. What other questions y'all got for this plant biologist? I'm a whole scientist. I do plant stuff. Y'all can ask me any questions as long as you're being respectful. Because if you're not, I'm going to have to not be respectful too. Very true. Ginger will be my friend. I don't want to fail the ginger, but it's definitely time. Thanks so much for your content. Definitely big plant inspo. You're more than welcome. So I'm just finishing up watering these plants. I need to actually do a trim of this lemon balm because it is so freaking huge. So freaking huge. I watered my whole patio in 10 liters with this thing, in 10 gallons, I should say. And it used to be 50 because I would just use so much water. And granted, things were getting like to the wilting point, so they definitely were in like a state of drought and dehydration. But I was able to do it way easier than I was in my past. I really love this thing. I wish I knew enough to like build something, but I might show this to people who are doing indoor gardens. Just starting my apartment balcony garden. I only have some mint and garlic chives. What else should I do? You should schedule some time to see Derek again so he can give you some other stuff because I have a ton of herbs. And you know, one thing that plant people like to do outside of, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to save that for a botany after dark conversation. I got other plants I can give you. So just let me know. And I think you're in the area. And so hit me up. I got some tomatoes too I need to give away that are just not hitting on all cylinders, and I need to propagate. I was trying to do some lemon balms, and I didn't bring them in. So I didn't propagate them like I wanted to and like transplant them like I wanted to. So I need to really get a move on that. Are they picking up the trash? Is this the trash people? I think this is them. I think these people are here to pick up my trash, y'all. So I need to go ahead and actually get the trash outside to them. With that, I'll bid y'all adieu. Y'all asked a lot of questions at the top, and then I skipped over all of them. I don't have any organic ways to deal with grasshoppers. I've not dealt with them. So yeah, hit me up if y'all got any questions, comments, or concerns. And this is going to be on YouTube in like 10 minutes. And this was like an hour, I think. So a hot hour. There we go. Hot hour so y'all can fast forward through it. I've been Derek, your chocolate botanist, gardening victoriously. This is episode 4. I don't think I said that at the top, but it is now. Have a good one. Au revoir.